Hi guys, I'm Maggie. Welcome to Building 6. Today I'm going to show you a couple different fun things and processes that you can do in our studios here. The first thing I'm going to talk about is fused glass. Fused glass is the process of cutting and breaking different shapes into colored glass, and then they get layered on top of themselves and put into a kiln. The kiln gets to be about 1400 degrees and the glass softens and melts together. You can make anything from flat night lights to sculptural pieces to whatever your mind can come up with. So, to break glass, this is our glass cutter. Inside of it is a small metal wheel similar to a miniature pizza cutter, and it rolls on top of the surface of the glass, creating a score mark. I should say this is the dish I'm going to be setting up. So this is the afterpiece, and you're going to watch me create the before. Depending on the shape of glass I'm trying to make or the size of the glass I'm breaking, there are a number of better and worse ways to break the glass appropriately. And for this one, I'm going to smack the glass at the edge of the table because I'm going to put even pressure along my entire score mark at the exact same time. And it's kind of fun. So I just want to make a 6 by 6 inch dish. I always draw the lines I'm trying to make with Sharpie marker first. After you create your score mark, it's just about putting equal and opposite pressure on either side of that score mark. So another way you can break glass is with your fingers. This is going to be my base piece. And then this is another tool, and it puts pressure on opposite sides of the score mark for you, simply by squeezing. So I'm just roughly using the squares on the dish that I have made to help me know the length of the glass that I want here. And because I have 9 squares, I'm simply going to score this 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 'And then we have one more set of 9 squares we're going to make. I'm going to cut these clear squares, which actually create this really interesting shadow, having the clear squares smaller than the opaque glass. And it creates a little more interest and color difference. It's going to be a lighter color value if you add clear to the glass, and it's going to be a darker color value if you keep piling. Like, can you see this over here? You know, if I keep putting transparent glass on top of transparent on top of transparent, the color value gets darker and darker and darker. Conversely, if I put clear on top of it, this is going to be a lighter color value, medium, darker color value. So you can play with the colors even though I'm not really changing the color of my glass just by adding clear, which is what we're going to do today. You should never cross over your score mark, but what I can do is flip this upside down, and then I can score the glass and create these weak lines without having to physically run over the score marks that I've made. So then these pieces I'm going to kind of just organically set up on top of my light green. And this is the rough design for the dish. If I wanted to, I could pick other fun pieces of colored glass to put on top, just for a little extra decoration. These are the kilns that we fire all of our glass in. Similar to baking, you want to elevate the shelves that the glass goes on so the heat can get underneath the shelf, it gets around the glass. And also similar to baking, everything on the edge is going to get a little softer and a little more melty than the glass in the center of our piece. It takes about 12 hours for this kiln to get up to temperature, and our forming temperature for our full fused dish is going to be around 1450 degrees. But then this glass only has to sit there for like 5 to 10 minutes, and it'll take the remaining 12 hours to slowly cool back down to room temperature. So all the time is really in slowly heating and slowly cooling the glass. Similar to glass blowing, once the glass is at temperature, it can move and change really quite quickly. So again, the first thing we're going to do is fire this flat together, and then after it comes out of the kiln as a fired piece, I'll put it into the kiln a second time over top of a ceramic mold. Take it to a lower temperature, about 1250 degrees, and it'll slowly take on the curvature of the mold that it's on top of. Even though it's getting a little cooler, it's still going to take around 12 hours to get to temperature and about 12 hours to get down. So it takes at least 1 full day for each firing. 2 days is probably a better guesstimate with that.